There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water? Bone-chilling words that no parent ever wants to hear. I'm John Recton with the retro review of Signs. Written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Chang Chang, Chang Chang Shabab. Remember when this fucker actually made some good movies? It's been so long. I mean, look at stuff like Lady in the Water and The Happening, as well as The Last Airbender, After Earth a Visit, and oh my goodness, why do people still give this guy so much money to make movies that are even worse than the previous installment? Okay, I'm done with that. Done butchering that Grease classic, and it really wasn't even a good rendition of the Grease classic. Let's just talk about Signs. So this movie came out almost 20 years ago. It came out August 2nd, 2002. When man still had a clue that M. Night Shyamalan, okay, I'm done with that, was actually on an upward trajectory. He had done The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, he had done this. People were calling him the modern Hitchcock. And then The Village happened. And then it just became a fucking steady, steep decline. And I will actually be retro-reviewing one of his other movies that he released after this. It's The Happening. It's going to be The Happening. And I don't know why I torture myself with stuff like that, but whatever. It can't be as bad as I remember. It'll be worse. Because my goodness. Oh my goodness. But this movie. So I hadn't watched it in a while. And for those that are unfamiliar with this movie, it involves Mel Gibson. Remember when Mel Gibson was this great actor, A-list actor that had been in some questionable stuff, but had also been in the Lethal Weapon movies and a bunch of other stuff. Even Conspiracy Theory, which wasn't great, but had him and Julia Roberts, and he was really seen as a great actor. And then Passion of the Christ happened, and then he proved himself to be anti-Semitic, and also liked to get caught on tape yelling at wives or girlfriends, whatever, and calling them a whole bunch of stuff. Remember when he didn't expose his whole goddamn bigoted ass? Remember when Mel Gibson was actually seen as a big deal, and now every single movie that he's done is like fucking tainted, especially movies around this time? Like, look, there are plenty of fucked up people in Hollywood, but maybe don't be a bigoted anti-Semitic asshole and a sexist and be, a goddamn idiot, and then you won't get, so much flack. Don't be fucking stupid. Also, Joaquin Phoenix is in this, Rory Culkin, and Abigail Breslin. Yes, the future Little Miss Sunshine and then Zombieland and Scream Queens. It is hard to believe the career that she's had, and she's only 25? She's had a hell of a goddamn career so far. And also Mr. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, as I mentioned before, is in this as a pivotal character, and if you have not seen this, well, I'm going to spoil it. It's been 20 fucking years, so sorry. Pretty much was the last decent M. Night movie. I'm going to be honest, rewatching this, it has not aged all that well. Even if you put aside all the stuff that I mentioned about Mel Gibson, this movie's kind of bad, actually. There's some good stuff to it. It doesn't really work that much as a comedy, even though there are some funny moments. And it does raise the questions, what would happen if you turned your back on your faith because you feel your faith turned its back on you? And what would you do to protect your family and get a Klondike bar? Would you slice off an alien's fingers? Well, Mel Gibson certainly would. But I wonder how many times he cursed the Jewish people while on set. Oh, wait. Nope, we were going to put that to the side. This isn't Passion of the Christ. Should I retro-review Passion of the Christ and piss people off? Answers in the comments, please. Yeah, M. Night was hitting enough high points here. But the cracks are starting to show that he maybe was just a one-trick pony. The Sixth Sense doesn't exactly have great replay value. I would argue that Unbreakable was probably his best movie. I mean, even though I guess Split wasn't the worst. And a few other of his later installments. The Visit has its plot holes, but his entire library isn't the worst thing. But looking at a movie like Signs, let's hear it for Mel, basically. And if you get that reference, you get that reference. It's literal children of the corn, because there are children out in a fucking cornfield in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, 45 miles outside of Philadelphia. And, well, Mel decides to check on his children. We get animal death in this because, hooray. And they saw the signs that opened up their eyes, and Mel is not happy living without his wife. He misses her, oh. In retrospect, I probably should have opened with that, but I'm just going to roll with it because there's not enough bass in this ace. Go Ace. So, what caused the Cornfield issues? Aliens. It's fucking aliens. Why are they doing this? They're invading. We see all this invasion stuff off camera because A, the budget couldn't afford to show it, and B, it was focused strictly on this family. There are not a lot of characters in this movie. I forgot how small the cast is. So yeah, Graham's wife was killed in an accident. He turns back on his religion. And Abigail Breslin, her character Bo, has an issue with water. Like, oh, this water has dust in it. That he drank it. Now it has his amoebas in it. And this tastes funny. It tastes contaminated. But it turns out all these half-drunk glasses of water lying around the house turned out to actually mean something. Water. Water's the alien's weakness, by the way, in case you didn't get it. And then no one acts like a normal human here. Yes, they are dealing with the after effects of, losing, Mel Gibson's has lost his wife. The children lost their mother. And Joaquin Phoenix, who plays Graham, Mel Gibson's brother, he's dealing with stuff because he's kind of a washed up minor league baseball player that kind of dumbed himself out of position, as Ernie Ladd once said. And then it's funny that Mel Gibson at one point says, "Oh, we got to take care of whatever this problem is," but I can't yell. I can't yell. I can't curse. And Joaquin Phoenix says, "Well, act crazy." He says, "Explain, act crazy." Funny, given what Mel Gibson would end up doing just a few years after this, going all anti-Semitic and whatever. Okay, off that. I'm losing my mind. It's time for an ass whooping, which is what he also said to his girlfriend/wife. I don't actually remember if they were married or not, but I remember hearing the audio and like, what the fuck? So yeah, they were talking to a cop at one point, the cop that was there on the night that Mel Gibson's wife, Colleen, died, and talks about, oh, there's, people that got on your roof. Somebody got on your roof. Well, who says with a man? There's these Scandinavian Olympic women that could jump over me. The comedy doesn't really hit, like, at all. Like, not a bit. In fact, I forgot how awkward a lot of this movie is. And I know that's the point, because you have this alien invasion. How would you handle that? Would you turn towards your faith? What would you do? You would obviously protect your family, but is what it is. Rory Culkin's character also has asthma. That plays a little bit later into the movie. And so we get more crop circles all over. The news shows that it's an invasion. These aliens are all over, but you only see a couple. You only see like one alien here, one, maybe two. And M. Night killed his wife. Of course he did. The baby monitor code, it's like, oh, there's all these clicks and clacks and clickety-cluckulu. And it's like, what's this code saying? Get better writing, you fucking twat. Yeah, that's what it actually said. And it was referencing his later movies. So, out into the cornfield with a flashlight. And, of course, the flashlight dies because otherwise it wouldn't be a horror movie. And he's all scared. He sees an alien. Okay, so it's like 3 aliens. He sees an alien in the cornfield. Oh, no. So the impending doom is handled with all the awkwardness of people that don't really know how to talk to each other, i.e. everybody in this movie. Hey, they're going to tape something on VHS. Remember VHS? No, not the anthology horror movie that's been up and down. Thank you very much, VHS fucking viral. I fucking hate you. No, I'm talking about actual VHS tapes. Who remembers VHS tapes? I want to kind of gauge the age of my audience here. So, are you in group 1 or group 2? They're having these philosophical discussions. Do you see the signs? Do you see it? Do you see them as miracles, or do you feel that people just get lucky? The last things that your mother said was see and swing away. Why does she say that? Gee, minor league baseball players swing away. I wonder. So, we get progressive flashbacks. Not sponsored by Progressive, because Progressive, I don't think, was really doing a lot of advertising in 2002. If they were, I apologize. Flashbacks of like the night the wife died, and they have the kid. And then he goes in and sees kids with foil on their head, so the aliens can't read our minds. Oh, and then they read a book about alien invasion stuff, and then Ray calls Graham, but then the line hangs up. Oh my God, what's going on? Ray is upset, bleeding, and apologizes for hurting his family. Okay, that's fair. He didn't mean to. He fell asleep at the wheel. These things happen. M went night-night. Boy, that was a missed opportunity. and I'm going to go to the lake. I don't think they like water. And don't open my pantry, Father, because I locked one of them in there. See ya! What? Okay, let's just go in there. Then he goes in there. But meanwhile, Joaquin Phoenix has locked himself in a closet, or seemingly like under the stairs. I guess Harry Potter decided to make his way out there. Wait, this is 2002, so he was already in Hogwarts. They managed to somehow fuse these things together. Good as explanation as any as to why anybody would put a room underneath stairs like that isn't a basement. So they're in Brazil, where they are porking geese. That's how that language is said, right? They're at this kid's party, and he's like, children, vamonos. I don't know why that made me laugh. And then the alien crosses. Okay, that was actually kind of, woo, that was actually kind of scary at the time when I was 21. I didn't know what the hell, because I didn't really know what good movies were, even though there were a lot of movies I liked back then. So, then Mel Gibson decides to try and do stuff. We took your friends downtown. I'm a police officer, believe me. Then he gets a knife and tries to see underneath the pantry. And apparently aliens can't unlock doors, but they can stick their hands under and do... They can play with the testes. And then chop the fingers off. And then run. And then they talk about boarding up windows instead of going to the lake. And then they make a big dinner. And then Mel Gibson kind of cracks and everybody hugs because he's upset, which is understandable because he's Mel Gibson and he knows he hates Jewish people, and he probably saw them all as Jewish and wanted them. Moving on from that, maybe don't hate Jewish people. So anyway, he talks to Bo about how the nurses and everybody loved you, or the face of an angel. And the second dog died. Yeah, good job being a dog parent there. Good job, you fucking idiot. The dog wasn't Jewish, Mel. What the fuck? So the aliens decided to invade the house. Okay, maybe it's just one. I'm not actually sure how many aliens were in this movie. And I don't think the movie was either. So, Rory Culkin has an asthma attack. Mel, does breathing exercises with him. Not Lamaze, but not Alien Lamaze either. Not trying to birth an alien. We are not the movie Alien here. He's trying to get him to calm down. Then we get more flashbacks. The wife is pinned by a truck and basically says, see, swing away. And swing away, Meryl, because we have to get out of this movie. Swing, see? That's how they should have said, swing, see, because then it would sound like an old gangster thing. So they go upstairs because apparently, now the alien invasion's been turned back, they found primitive ways to take care of them. How did they take care of them? We don't have details because news reports apparently are not able to get information that well in 2002. And then they see one of the aliens there. It's the same alien where he cut the fingers off. And the alien's trying to put poison in him by doing this thing and I'm going to poke him with this. I feel like taking some poison after watching this movie. And they swing away and the water all dumps on him and the alien dies, seemingly. He dies with water getting on the camera. Good job wrecking the camera, you dicks. And then Rory Culkin's character Morgan is alive and faith is restored. God damn it. I don't know why I liked this movie when I was younger. This movie's kind of really bad, actually, if you think about it. The sad thing is, it was one of the better movies he did. Maybe he really was just a one-trick pony and everybody was just hoping that somebody could equal Hitchcock, just not how Hitchcock treated women. I love Alfred Hitchcock as a director. Don't read up how he treated women. Anyway, yes, that's Signs. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Recklin. I'll see you soon.